Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the TF Cast. My name is Willis Stout.
Hey, we got Grum here. It is August 24th, 2022 here in the solarium.
And I'm your host, Jacob Bases. Today with us, we have Kiersten of the Southern Minnesota Pride Planning Committee. Is that correct?
Yep.
And we're here to talk about the Pride celebration this year in Mankato and what's going on over there. So Kiersten, could you please just tell us what you do and what the event is about so people can make it over there?
Yeah, fantastic. Happy to. So I'm Kiersten. I'm on the committee for Southern Minnesota Pride. We organize events all year long, but the Pride Festival being the biggest one. So we're a group of about 15 plus people that all collaborate to put this event on. So we're really excited for this year. This is the first year we're going to be able to block off Riverfront for the Pride Parade. But before that, I'll start with Friday night. We have Queerioke. That's an annual tradition. We do that Friday night at the Loose Moose starting at 8 o'clock. So that kind of kicks off the celebration that weekend. There'll be some 50-50 raffle, I believe. Just a lot of fun there. So then at 11:15 Saturday is the Jessica Flatical Pride Parade, this year sponsored by Mayo Clinic Health Systems. So we're looking to have our biggest parade ever this year. Like I said, we're, because of the construction on Riverfront, able to block that off so that it can be a nice big event. That ends at Riverfront Park, where the festival is. That goes from 12 to 4. It is a free event. I believe we have 40 plus vendors, all different great things to see and talk to and sample things that they've brought. We'll have food trucks out there, amazing drag performers. So it'll just be a fun day. It's definitely family friendly. Lots of folks there, lots of excitement. So we're really looking forward to having a great turnout. That is from 12 to 4. There's an after party at the Atomic Star. They're hosting that. That's in downtown Mankato. That'll be starting at 4 p.m. So I think there'll be some meet and greet with some drag queens and just a lot of fun to kind of continue it down there. And then Sunday afternoon at the Wow Zone, there's a youth party just for youth. That's from 3 to 5. I understand pizza and pop will be provided and bowling and maybe some discounts on laser tag and things. So that'll continue the fun there, but that's geared more toward youth. They can be LGBT, allies, anything. Well, the whole event is. So, yeah, just looking to be a fun weekend-long event for everyone.
Cool. You want to get a little bit more into like what kind of performances that there's going to be on like the main stage on the Saturday?
Yes. Yep, there are, I think, at least 6 or 8 performers. They will be doing several numbers each. I'm not sure if there may be at least one drag king this year in the lineup. I'm not sure if everything's completely finalized yet, but there will be lots of different performances that I know always garner big crowds. So looking forward to that. So there'll be, I think, some local talent as well as some from the greater Minnesota area.
Cool. And we're also going to be there too. This is going to be our first time there. We're going to be tabling at a tent that we just got, and you can come say hi to us. We're going to break for just a second, a message from us, and then we'll be right back with some more questions for Kiersten.
This episode is brought to you by the team at Triple Falls. Triple Falls is an independent media and production company, and you can hire us for a project. Just reach out to us at info@triplefalls.org to find out more and let us know what you're thinking. Your support makes these types of productions possible. Also, we're putting out merch. You can get this for the first time ever at Pride coming up here on September 10th. So come stop by our tent, say hi, and grab yourself a t-shirt. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Here with Kiersten again. Kiersten, tell us how you got involved with the committee and, what it's like been doing work for Southern Minnesota Pride.
Sure. I've been on this committee about a year and a half. I knew some friends that were on the committee, and I love doing volunteer work in the Mankato area. I am from this area, but moved away for 20 years and came back about 5 years ago and just love getting involved. And this was a way that just got me really community involved and with a lot of great people. Like I mentioned briefly earlier, we plan different events all year round, and we typically meet once a month. Of course, leading up to the festival, we meet more frequently, getting all the details ironed out for that event. But I just love collaborating with a great group of people.
Sure. What I'm actually unfamiliar. Like I've seen some like year-round karaoke stuff, but what are some of the other events that you all put together?
Sure. Typically, once a month, we do an event called Queers and Beers, and those rotate between a number of different establishments in Mankato. It's kind of a happy hour event, although if you're a non-drinker, as some folks are, totally welcome to. But there are lots of places that will host us, like we were just at the 507 last week. We'll publish an event on the Facebook page, but each month it's just a good get-together for folks to come and enjoy. It's typically from 5 to 7, I think, on the third Friday of the month. Usually on the third Saturday of the month, we have an event called Queers and Coffee. Again, just like a social gathering get-together. There's also an event each month posted for that. And typically, I believe we've either been at Coffee Hag, why am I drawing at the blank? At the great coffee shop downtown on Front Street.
Oh, the filling station.
Filling station, yes. Both of those places always welcome our groups to come. So it's a good place to kind of meet and network with people if you're new to the area or just to see friends or things like that. We also recently have a new member on our committee that has started doing a lot of youth events. There's an LGBT plus Pride pool party at Spring Lake Park tomorrow night, actually, at 6:15. There's an event for that on Facebook. But doing a lot more events for like youth and teenagers too that can come, and that's a safe, open, accepting space for youth too. So yeah, a lot of events. So check the Southern Minnesota Pride Facebook page for information in those events. So every month we're having different things.
Sure. Is there anything about the Southern Minnesota Pride group that separates it from other Pride organizations? I've heard in the past, like people have praised our Pride for being less corporate or whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about those things, but like what separates us?
Yeah, great question. I know like Twin Cities Pride, of course, is the big one that's known the most since it's the largest. Not knowing a lot how those organizations work, I know that our group has taken a lot of pride in that it's always a free event, so it doesn't cost people to be in or participants to be in the parade. So that I think makes it a little bit more open and inclusive to people that might not be able to participate otherwise, like businesses or organizations. And I think it's just the Mankato community itself is just so diverse and so open and accepting, and the community really makes the event special.
What can you tell us a little bit more about like what it is like to interface with the community here in Mankato? Like. Has it been generally been from like the city angle accepting and like just what that experience has been like?
Sure. I've had limited experience with that so far, but what I understand from others, say on the committee that have been doing that longer, is very good relationship with the city of Mankato, with different leaders, and even the businesses. I know last year, and then we're planning this year to go to the businesses along Riverfront and just introduce ourselves, let them know that the road will be blocked off for the parade, but just to try and give them that heads up and just to kind of explain who we are, and all the businesses, especially that Old Town area, not to exclude other areas, but that just have been extremely welcoming and excited to welcome the Pride Festival to the area. But I've had only positive experiences with the business community and the leadership. And that's the impression I've gotten being on the committee as well.
That's great to hear. Yeah. What are you most excited about? Like, what are you we're looking forward to about the either the parade or the festivity?
Really just seeing the community come together and for a day, just everyone interacting and mingling and not letting differences of, the daily world, cause divisiveness, I guess. Not that it's going to be a utopia, but it's just a great event where people can just be accepting and just have fun and leave that, the day-to-day things at the door, and just to see the happiness on people's faces and just celebrating together, just to be together.
Yeah, it's great. Everybody loves a good opportunity to dress up, enjoy the weather, and get some good fair food. And
yep.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yes.
Is there a theme or any kind of like overarching vision for this year's event?
Yep. So each year we decide on a theme and a logo, and this year it's Live Out Proud. And each year the committee has a number of ideas, and we kind of narrow them down until we come to one. And I'm not entirely sure if there was one singular thing that made that particular phrase or logo for this year, the Live Out Proud, stand out. But it just, as discussions went on about the theme for this year, that just resonated with a lot of people. And, it doesn't necessarily mean that you identify with the LGBT community or supportive, but just living your truth and being proud and accepting of who you are, whatever that may be. So that was the theme we went with this year. And that's on T-shirts that we'll be selling there.
Oh, what color are they?
They're teal.
Teal.
This year's color is teal. Yep.
Oh, what was it? Last year it was like purple or something. It was like an off pink.
Yeah, it was a light purple. Yep. So, yeah. So they're collector's items, kind of. Some folks enjoy, getting them each year. So.
Yeah, I always struggle with T-shirts that aren't black. I have one of the light purple ones from last year.
Yeah.
And I've put it on like 8 times and been like, yep, it's still light purple.
You can maybe frame it and put it on your wall.
Yeah, that's what I should do.
There you go.
What what does that mean to some of the folks on the committee? Like, were there some things that maybe you could share about what was said around the Live Out Proud sort of statement? Like, how was that confirmed to be like the good one this year, and what can people take away from that sort of message?
That is a fantastic question. I'm trying to think of some of the discussions we had, but I know, like there have sometimes been things in the news that have been a little controversial. Oh, I'm trying to think of a good example here.
I'm a real news hawk, so if you just like, if you get the amalgamation of it, I can probably. Yeah.
Well, I think back it was maybe in the winter where either in New Ulm and St. Peter there was some targeting of people in the LGBT community.
The basketball game thing?
That, and then there was something in New Ulm with a committee or something, but where there was just some negativity and some hatred. And I think just trying to figure out how to, in general, respond not in a similar fashion. I don't know. Just being proud, but also by actions and not just by words, by being open and accepting and trying to spread that message to others.
Living that truth out too, and live out proud.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. It's important to recognize when that stuff happens, and I guess maybe the live out proud is a good way to it's like preemptive, or it's like looking forward, and it's like trying to say that it's a strong way to be. Keeps divisiveness away. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and just like actually standing up to that stuff. I grew up in New Ulm, so I also just kind of like going to school, and I feel like it was the end. Like I was in school, like as high school, as marriage equality was on the docket. So we were talking about those issues, and like the shift of language that I heard in just grade school to high school, and then like things that you would never hear today, and that is from people just being like, hey, like we certainly don't say that anymore. Like, we don't look at people's lifestyle choices as like pejorative terms, or like, like what people's sexual preferences are as it's just that normal thing. But like, growing up in the 90s, like that was like very much like just even watch movies from that time. It's like it's like jarring,
It is, yeah.
What was it? I was watching, it's something awful, Hostel. It's like a really like filthy film, like in terms of gore, but like the thing that made me cringe the hardest was like the main characters like frat boy behavior in the first. They were like throwing around the F slur over and over again. I was like, ugh, like, and like, then there's this like horrific violence later, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I've even seen recently on television now, sometimes, when they had the commercials that they were saying this was filmed pre-COVID because people didn't have masks on. But now I've seen some shows say this was filmed at a time when attitudes were different. And I think it was more like racial inequality thing. But it was kind of a disclaimer almost saying this was filmed at a time when this was okay type of thing. And I thought, wow, I hadn't seen that before. Also would like to point out I'm not singling out New Ulm like in general. This is just a
Oh,
very
no.
small faction because there are so many wonderful people in New Ulm, and they have, a great LGBT community over there too that are doing
Yeah.
wonderful things. So
I'm singling out New Ulm. Get better. I'll do it. I grew up
there
there.
you go.
But yeah, I'm glad who's ever doing good work out there too. I'd
Yeah.
love to meet them.
Yeah.
Because that place is just up the road and it's cool. I like New Ulm. There's a lot of things that I remember growing up there not liking, but
Yeah.
it's definitely
Different
shaped
sense
well.
of community.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Sunday, so the city of Mankato is also joining in on the festivities. Both the 507 and NOLA Bell are having drag brunch shows, I think 2 each. So opportunity for some great food, great entertainment. I'm thinking some fantastic drinks by both establishments.
Same day, same time.
That's going to be Sunday. I think there's a morning and maybe a noonish, but also on both their social Facebook pages and things about. I think you do have to get tickets in advance. I think there were still tickets left last I saw a few days ago, but those are always hugely popular. So
Do you know who the drag troops are?
It's Flip Phone and Drag Me with a Spoon.
At
yes,
what are the at who's where?
Oh, Nola Bella's Flip Phone, Drag Me with a Spoon is 507.
Cool.
Cool. That'll be fun. Are there any other happenings, things people should either know about before showing up, or places they can go find stuff?
yeah, definitely. Again, the Southern Minnesota Pride Facebook page. But yeah, get a spot along Riverfront to watch the parade, and then just follow it on down to Riverfront Park Saturday. Plenty of food and entertainment and lots to see.
Do you have any experiences or things that have just happened to you here in Mankato or at all that are adjacent to organizing this or just related that are pertinent? Just anything you'd like to share? Cool story or...
Not that I can think of on the spot.
That's a tough question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone that feels weird about going to Pride, either because they don't think it's for them, maybe someone who's recently out and it just feels like taking up space in a space they shouldn't, or anyone who just feels like the Pride is not for them?
Sure. Great question. I have several friends who are heterosexual couples that bring their kids. No one's going to stand out if you're just by yourself, or if you're as a heterosexual couple, no one's going to look at you and think, why are you here? It is also just like any outdoor festival with vendors and crafts, and there's going to be, things for kids to do. I think there's going to be some drawing, some art type of thing. But a lot of local businesses there. And like I said, and then the food trucks and things. So no one's going to stand out for being different or being same. So, I think that's a very great question, because some people might think I want to go, but I don't want eyes to be on me. And I don't think it's that kind of feeling at all. So.
Live out proud.
Yes.
There we go. Cool. Well, let's wrap it up there. So Southern Minnesota Pride page for all events and everything.
Yep.
Festivities happening all weekend. Check them out there.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for coming on the show.
Guys, thanks so much for having me. This was
Thank
fun.
you. Ta-da.